Welcome back to Bronze Age Caveman Wrath of Inanna. We're moving on to episode 16. It's the second to last episode. And we're going to do a little shoe leather today to bring you up to speed. Make sure we don't miss any details so that you know what the heck is going on. Make sure you click like, comment, subscribe, whatever. The afternoon following Velam's return to Uruk from Larsa, the bronzesmith shop thralls worked to produce spearheads. Velam hammers sheets of bronze into helmets, greaves, and pauldrons. Chal delivers crucibles containing pre-measured quantities of copper and tin ore to the furnaces. A thrall places crucibles into a furnace. He vibrates them to ensure good mixing. Another thrall removes smelted bronze containing crucibles from another furnace, then pours the molten contents into molds. A thrall carts the filled molds to the workshop. A thrall opens the molds, removes the spearheads, and prepares the mold for the next charge. The final thrall removes the flashing and sharpens the spearheads. Velam leaves the anvil to speak to Jelu. Are you catching on to the inventory system? Piece of cake, no different than the bakery. Status? We have 14 spearheads. Chaw just delivered 12 charges, 3 charges per 7 spearheads, so that makes enough for 28 more spearheads. That will bring our total up to 42, plenty to provide the first 10 spears to clergy, 8 short of the total of 50 requested by clergy. Charles said tin ore prices have gone crazy. He paid out of his own pocket, and if we don't pay him, he won't be able to get any more. We only need to deliver 10 to clergy tomorrow. We can hold off until we start collecting taxes. I'll see Chal is made whole for the time being. The bigger problem is we are all out of spear shafts. We need 50, 10 now, 40 later, and no shields for clergy. Ball hasn't delivered any. He is getting little cooperation from Wall's thralls. They have their normal workload and say spear shafts and shields are low priority. They say it must be Wall to tell them to change the production schedule. Ball doesn't own them and can't tell them what to do. Any ideas? In your personal stock, you have 4 9-foot spears, 3 7-foot spears, 4 rectangular shields, and 1 round shield. Don't count those. We may need them for our own defense. You saw how priest and bishop acted the day before yesterday. Our delivery of the first 10 is due tomorrow. I expect Uruk priest will extract a severe penalty for late delivery, and bishop will have his back. It would look bad for clergy if they do not exhibit a united front. I may need to move my thralls over to the wood shop to make the shafts and shields. They have no training. It will take all night. As fortune would have it, Woodrush, Wall's father and owner of the wood shop, enters the bronzesmith shop. Holy shit. This is like a moment in a play when fortune intervenes at the most opportune time, when suspense is at its highest. When did you get back? I thought you were up north sourcing raw materials. I just entered town. I have been on the road for 20 days. I have bad news. Wall has been missing since the sacrifice. I know where he is. He is going to Canaan. I ran into him on the road to Marad. Thank God. I thought he may have gotten buried in the quake. Is he okay? He told me Reed was burned at the stake as an offering to the gods. He is really shook up. It weighs on him, but he should have never left before I got back. I am angry he left the shop unattended. He knows the thralls can't run it for long without direction or materials. Did he say anything about the sacrifice? Details? Anything unusual? No. He just seemed weirded out. Is there anything I should know? Anything you're not telling me? Never mind. I don't want to know. I hate to dump this on you as soon as you walk in, but we need to provide 50 7-foot spears and 50 round shields as offering to Babylon. 10 each by tomorrow.
I have spearheads but no shafts and no shields. If we are late, there could be serious consequences. Ball is trying to run the wood shop, but Wall's thralls are not cooperating. They need Wall, or you, to tell them what to do. Wall trained them well. I may have to reward the thralls for their compliance. But okay. I understand we need to do this for the clergy and the gods and everything. They will get their spears and shields. But this offering is not the only thing on my plate. I have a business to run. Did they say anything about compensation? The first 10 spears and shields will be gratis. Uruk Priest will assign me tax collector as soon as we deliver the first 10 spears and shields. I am sure I can make all of us whole and then some. How? The Assyrians are putting pressure on Babylonia in the north. Elam is always making noise about annexing Lagash. Babylonia needs arms suppliers more than we need them. I wager they will buy as many weapons as we can supply. They will see the necessity in paying full market value. As tax collector, I will tax the people, pay us for the goods, then give the rest to Babylon. I expect when all is said and done, we will be sitting pretty. Sounds like conflict of interest. I'm certain Uruk Priest will consent to terms beneficial to us. And Bishop? My bet is he will not worry as long as he gets his cut. Plus, he wants to maintain good relations with me. He enjoys having rich and powerful friends. It's a big bet. The gods must favor us. Perhaps. Oh yeah, I owe you for 4 shields we borrowed from the wood shop. We needed to protect the business district from looters after the earthquake. It was a madhouse. There were a number of murders. Okay. Mead and Ball will be here soon. Stick around. Ball and Mead enter the bronzesmith shop. Woodrush looks at Mead. He walks straight to him and hugs him. Mead, I am so sorry to hear about your son. Bishop and Mead release their hug. For the gods. Down to business. Vilam, what's your plan? As soon as we get 10 spears and 10 shields, I will deliver them to Uruk Priest and Bishop. They want them tomorrow. There will be a penalty if we miss the deadline. We have enough spearheads, but no shafts or shields. I will get my thralls working on them as soon as we finish here. I will have them working all night. I will also need 10 9-foot spears and 10 rectangular shields. I need leverage with Uruk Priest and Bishop. I thought you and Bishop were old army buddies. Didn't you fight the Elamites with Bishop? That was then. This is now. I am pissed at him. Of all the people they could have picked, Bishop permitted Uruk Priest to select my son for sacrifice. Can you imagine? Yeah, I do not understand. Why would they select your son? Uruk Priest suspects Reed impregnated too many women and has too many bastard offspring. Mead puffs out his chest with pride. Reed was pretty popular with the ladies. Now Uruk Priest thinks Reed escaped with my help. God only knows what is going on inside his head. I never trusted him. Bishop is going along to maintain clergy credibility. While Bishop remains a friend and is Uruk Priest's boss, he allows Priest to run Uruk's ecclesiastical affairs the way he sees fit and usually does not interfere. I suspect they are up to something, and I do not want to be defenseless. I understand your need to be prepared, but be careful. You do not want to do anything that will have Babylon send an army down here. If that happens, you would not stand a chance. If it comes down to conflict, I do not want any part of it. This is to protect our interests, nothing more, and you will be compensated for my spears and shields. Don't forget to prepare 7-foot spears for clergy and 9-foot spears for Mead. If there is conflict, we should take no chances and plan for every advantage. Genius. It's really not that complicated. I would not call it genius. Bring the shafts and shields here. Vilam's thralls will assemble the spears. Vilam will deliver them as soon as they are ready. Think we can get it done by noon? May I suggest evening? And you are? Jelu, I am the new supervisor in charge of inventory and scheduling. I'm getting a feel for what these thralls are capable of. I advise you to be conservative and not overpromise and underdeliver. From what I have seen so far, evening will be tight enough as it is. My thralls are available to help with the shafts and shields, if necessary. Don't bother. They would just get in the way. There is no time to train them. Have them rest. They have a busy day tomorrow. Very well. Tomorrow evening, then. I'll make arrangements with Bishop. Get started. There's no time to waste. End Bronze Age Caveman, Wrath of Inanna, episode 16. Click like, comment, subscribe, whatever.